Greetings, fellow Toastmasters. Good afternoon. Thank you for coming here once again today. Today, I'm going to be talking about a few different things. I'm going to be talking about a time that I got expelled from high school, how I had reacted to this situation, how I fought to get back in, how you don't know what you have until it's gone. Early on in my sophomore year of high school, I got expelled. The reason for which I'll save for another speech, but getting expelled was devastating to me because going to school meant the world to me. Now, I couldn't have cared less about studying. I never did my homework. I never did my schoolwork. A lot of times I didn't even go to class. I was the class clown, and interacting with people like this was what I had wrapped my entire identity around. And it was an outlet for me to be able to express myself, and it filled a void that was not being filled at home. Now, at home, there was no abuse, there's no neglect, nothing like that. But at the same time, there wasn't really any love. There's no affection. There wasn't really any attention. In a nutshell, when I was still really young, my mom had developed schizophrenia, and among many other things, a lot of times she just didn't really talk to me. She'd go long periods of time where she just refused to speak. And my dad, he worked long hours at work. When he came home, he didn't really talk to me either. There wasn't a whole lot of interaction. So all in all, there wasn't a lot of interaction at home. I got this interaction at school, but now that was taken away. And in the year or so after getting expelled, I had bounced around to probably about 6 different high school institutions. And before my senior year of high school, I really wanted to go back to my original high school, the one that had meant everything to me. But they told me that if you want to go back your senior year, you need to be all caught up in units. But I was about 60 units behind, 6-0. And I had one summer to get caught up. They told me it was going to be virtually impossible. That summer, I worked harder and I studied more than I had in probably the previous 10 years. During the summer, I took a full-time independent study course, which crammed about 16 weeks of material in about 8 weeks, while simultaneously taking multiple classes at the community college. Long story short, I kill myself during that summer. I get all caught up, I get back into the school, I prove them wrong, and I'm as happy as can be. Not much more than a month after that, I get expelled again for a second time. And I'm utterly devastated. Because once again, what I had worked so hard for and what had meant so much to me, what I'd wrapped my entire identity around, was now gone again, and for good. There'd only been a handful of times in my life that I really cried, and I was bawling inside the principal's office. Some time goes on, and I experienced some of the lowest lows of depression that I've ever had before. And after some period like this, I get to thinking, and I eventually decide to do something about it. I decided to steal my mom's car and run away to Las Vegas, which is exactly what I did. I went to the store, I stocked up on Top Ramen and Twinkies, about a map of the interstates between California and Nevada, so there's no smartphones back then, and I bought a box of black hair dye. I dyed my hair black, just in case the police are looking for me in the streets of Las Vegas, it'll be harder to find me. So later that night, after my parents go to sleep, I quietly creep outside, I go to the car, I quietly pop the hood open, I take the clamp off the battery terminal, I put a real small strip of black electrical tape around the terminal, put the clamp back on, so everything looks connected, but there's no real connection. And I figured the next morning my dad is going to get up, he's going to be in a hurry to go to work, he goes to start the car, it doesn't start, he looks at the battery, it looks connected, but he doesn't have time to try to figure out what's going on. So then he takes his truck, which is exactly what happened. I take the car and I drive 250 miles to Las Vegas. Now, mind you, at the time, I did not have a driver's license. I did not even know how to drive. The full extent of my driving experience before this was my dad taking me out to a parking lot once for about 20 minutes, and now I'm on the freeway by myself driving 250 miles. I make it to Las Vegas. I'm now living in my car. I'm eating my top ramen and my Twinkies. And about a week goes by. I call my friends. Long story short, I still don't want to go home, but they convince me to call my dad. He convinces me to come back home. I'm now driving back home. And the entire duration of the 4 to 5 hour drive, all I'm thinking about is, oh my God, what is my dad going to do? My dad is going to kill me. My dad always had a temper and at times was kind of explosive. I get back home, drive into the driveway, I get out of the car. Right as I'm about to grab the doorknob of the front door, the door flings open. There's my dad standing in front of me. And I'm terrified. You would not believe what that man did to me afterwards. My dad gave me a hug and said, "Welcome back home." Now there's a lot to be said about this situation. I'm sure that I had put my parents through hell. Although they didn't really express their love, I'm sure they had appreciated me more after I was gone. I had appreciated my family more after I had been gone. And in conclusion, I like to say, if things are going bad, it might not be necessary to steal your mom's car, but make sure to appreciate what you have, because you don't know what you have until it's gone. Fellow Toastmasters, thank you.